I mean, he was such an innovator. I think even, on his way to discovering bluegrass, in 45, and 46 with Flatt and Scruggs in the band, he was turning on young musicians. We had John Fogerty in here when we were doing, the tribute, the Big Mun project, the tribute to Bill Monroe, Bill Monroe and Friends. And Fogerty he said he was talking about that lean in quality that all the rockers had. They would lean into the music. When they would play a solo, they just leaned into it. They meant it. Just the solo taken. I mean, they were on top of it. They were pushing the beat. Just like rock and roll would. So I know that those guys were so influenced by Bill Monroe's music. If somebody was playing the guitar, he would play the same beat that the snare played, that 2, 4, 2, 4, 2, 4. So to me that's the driving part. And later on in his life, then that was what we all realized that he was doing, was playing. He was the drummer. I know the Maddox brothers and Rose Maddox from California. They loved Bill Monroe, and they loved Reno and Smiley. They loved the Stanley brothers and Flatt and Scruggs and people like that. So they were really big in L.A. and they were big on Columbia. So they came to Nashville and they wanted to do a bluegrass record, and so they wanted to have Mr. Monroe come and play with them. Play something. Oh, we love you, Bill. Would you come and play on a record? He said, well, you want to use the Bluegrass Boys? No, we want you to play with our band. And they said, well, we got a drummer right here. He said, that's all the drum you need right there, There were so many tough times, there's something real special about this music to me, that it's survived, through really hard times. So when I was a kid, I could hear George Jones, and I could hear Buck Owens, and I could hear Patsy Cline, and I could hear Bill Monroe, and I could hear the Stanley Brothers, all on the same radio station. And then some Einstein said, I think we need to separate that. We need to put the bluegrass over here, like at 5:40 in the morning when everybody's sleeping. We can do a little bit of that, but then that'll just make more room for our top 20 will go to top 40, see. Bluegrass music is kind of built around a band. It's built around a band. It was built around Bill Monroe his mandolin and a fiddle player and a banjo player. Those lean years wouldn't afford a full band sometimes, So Bill Monroe survived rock and roll, and he also survived Nashville, because Nashville has never really tipped its hat to this music, especially record label wise. I think musically, and I think now, with people like Allison and Nickel Creek and what they did when they came to town, I think, all of us together have made the music maybe cool to some of the younger people, but it wouldn't have lasted had a brute like Bill Monroe not been at the helm and just said, no, we're going to do this. We're going to do it this way, And so thankful for that.